All right, all right. Shout out to the family out there. We are now live. We are now live. It is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. What they call this, July 22nd. I always got to say what they call this because it's like you never know. We don't know what time we in. The world existed way more than 2025 years. So you know what I'm saying. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We're gonna have a very good show tonight. This is going to be, oh man, this is beyond intellectual. Dr. B, listen, I had to talk with Dr. B earlier before I bring him on. He's a genius, man. We got geniuses amongst us. We are geniuses. And the things that he's gonna tell y'all tonight, wow, it liberates. It's liberating. It's liberating. That's the best word I could use to describe it. I'm covering my mouth. I hope y'all heard what I was saying, but I zoned out for a second, just thinking about our conversation earlier. Family, with that being said, man, I want to welcome back to the platform to Black Magic 363, the one, the only Dr. B Sirius. Welcome back, my brother. What energy? I'm sure I asked you this before. If I'm clapping for you and my intentions is to celebrate you, since we're non-local, is that energy affecting you? Because it seems like the boos affect people, and it seems like clapping affects people when they're in stadiums. So how does that work? And this is totally off topic. It just came to me. Let me just get this question out the way. How does boos and claps affect the recipient of that action, Doctor? Just real quick. Let's just Radiohead Rich.
Okay. You'd like to go there first?
Yeah, just real quick.
Let's talk about the boos first.
Yeah, boo. When people be like boo,
when people be saying boo.
Yeah,
this is a Eurocentric thing. Wow. When the original black person came in town, they called them boo.
You serious?
Boo. Yes. Boo had to do it. We incited some fear in them. Because they knew we were the originators of everything. They knew that. Right. So when we came in town, it's like magic. Those people you got to watch them boo. Because you go boo and they they jump at night.
Yo, that's the origin of that?
That's the origin of boo. In fact, in the movie, what's the television show? The Man Who Fell to Earth. And did you see that television show? Where my man came from the planet and they were like bees.
Yeah. I only seen a couple episodes, but
it was like Afro bees on their planet.
Yeah.
But in one of the episodes, the man who fell to Earth, who was from another planet, black man, he had healed this sister's father. So she said, I just want to thank you. And he mentioned something about, well, boo. And because he was learning English, right? And she said, well, wait a minute, don't she's like, she's thinking that he's calling her boo, like he's trying to get with her. He's trying to rap to her, right? And he says, well, he's calling her the original woman. Boo meant black origins, original origins. You are the beginning. Now, at this point in the show, she's like all downtrodden because she was one of the top scientists in the world and she made a mistake. And, she fell from grace. So he's trying to remind her, boo, of who she is. But boo has to do with you being the originator. So when they said boo, right, it was, we scared them because they had, that xenophobia. You just walked into town. They said, oh, boo's here, boo, boo. It was a scary thing for them. Boo, when you say it, boo, boo. You feel that vibration run through all your chakras, through your body. It actually wakes you up. So when you're getting booed, you're able to collect that product, that energy, that plasma, that vapor, and take it in. See, when you're getting booed, that's actually them giving you love. But they don't think that we don't think that way because our brain has been rewired. As my boy used to say, we've been re-roxed. You know what I'm saying? That actually is a powerful thing, being booed. Now,
wow. I love this. Yeah.
Clapping. See, your hands, you have all of the meridians, which are like little, just think of highways of energy through your body. So your hands, your hands are are like, you know, they have meridians in your hands, your feet, your eyes, and in certain places where they begin and terminate in your body. So when you, like the tops of your fingers represents everything in your head, right? The bottom of your hand, right down in here, represents the bottom of your body. This is your whole body being represented in here. So there's points in here you can press, like if you got a headache and you squeeze right in here, you know, you pinch and you hold for a count of 3 and you let go, and you pinch and you hold, and it begins to release the energy that's causing the pressure in your head. So on your fingers, there's pressure points. When you clap, you're exciting and sending a energy field through all of your body, all the chakras, all of your essence, your biofield, everything. You're sending it through not only your body, but you're sending it out to the universe just from clapping. Now, clapping when people are on stage came from this group of people called the clackers. What happened was when they started doing what's that? What they were singing? Oh, what they call it? Opera. When opera came out, the European people. This is the story they say now. This is their story. They didn't like it. They hated it. What is this weird singing? They didn't know the language. What's going on? It's like, but you were forced to go. They were all dressed up with corsets and clothes tied up and hair glued on, and you know, it was not a pleasant thing. So people would, and when they stopped singing, they would just sit there. So people slowly stopped going to this because they didn't like it. So these people called the clackers. It was a family of people called the clackers. They made a deal with the people who do the opera, and they said, look, we can guarantee that people will start liking it, liking what you're doing. Employ us. They gave them a contract. And what the clackers would do was several of them, and they would sit in different areas in the audience. And when the people finished singing, they stood up and they would clap. And they would say, woo, yay, yay. And the other people, because it's like monkey see, monkey do, or what they call the 100th monkey theory, other people begin to clap and stand up and say yay, yay, too. Because if you don't, you feel like something's wrong. I mean, he's standing up, he's clapping, he's putting his hands together. The clackers are clapping. So everybody began to clap and send energy out. And what you're doing is you're sending out tidal waves of energy. You're shocking the environment, right? And the field begins to create this electromagnetic energy that shoots out through the whole audience, and everybody feels good about it. And all of a sudden, folks started liking the opera. They didn't really like the opera. What they liked was getting a part of the soul feeling, right? That collective feeling of joy and happiness. And it brings on serotonin, right back to the subject we're about to talk about tonight. Just clapping and applauding brings about an energy field that says, wow, something is great. We've completed something. This is powerful altogether. And this collective unconscious becomes one crystal grid in oneness. That's the story of booze and clapping.
That is amazing, Doc. Wow. I love to know the history of certain things, how words or culture or certain things came about. And it's interesting, Doc, that you talked about when they're booing you, they're giving you, that's actually love, and maybe love disguised as hate. Muhammad Ali might be the best example, and Floyd Mayweather, just to use a popular name for people who was able to do alchemy with the booze, or people went to their fights specifically to see them lose because they were so braggadocious as black men, and that turns a lot of people off. And it's like they fed on the booze. It was like it made them stronger. And that's a gift. I'm gonna tell you, Dr. B, and I'm glad we started the show like this, because that's a gift that in life you get a lot of booze. It may not be the up in your face booze like Muhammad Ali got, but somebody not letting you finish the sentence when you're telling them something good happened to you. Somebody not calling you back when you when you told them that, hey, guess what just happened to me, and they purposely ignore you because they don't want to hear the good news. A lot of times people don't want to hear good things about you. That's another way of booing. And I guess we could learn from Floyd and Muhammad Ali, because the boos affect a lot of us, Dr. B. It will cause a lot of us, Dr. B, and this is deep. No, we could be on the path to Christhood, Christ consciousness, Dr. B. If the right person, Dr. B, tells us that we crazy, man, we'll get that shit up, Doc. We could have been right there, levitating off the ground. If your girl, your mama, your daddy, a cousin, somebody you love deeply gives you like a passive boo, that should have knocked your whole game off, Doc. So I'm glad you said that. And I hope people could turn all our boos. We all get boos in one shape or form. I want you to tell the people outside of Mayweather and Muhammad Ali with the real boos in the crowd. Tell us real quick how we could turn all the passive boos into energy for ourselves, Dr. B. Because we all get it. We all get it.
So
It's gonna be a good show, y'all. This is important stuff. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Doc.
On my new album I'm about to release, it has a song on there called AEIOU.
Ooh.
Just saying AEIOU, you, boo. You feel that vibrating? That vibrates down into your root.
Boo vibrates.
And also into your solar plexus. That generates energy. That generates electricity. So when you're being booed, if you can get out of your head, right? Get out of your perceived concepts of what you think that means. Because if they hate you, that means they love you. All this is, everything is connected to its opposite. Everything. It's like a seesaw. When one is up, the other one's down. When one is down, the other one's up. Once you know that, you can tap into the laws of the universe and create power. So just saying ooh, it's one of the vocal liberation exercises that we do when we're creating energy in our core. There's sounds that create energy. That's why the vowels are so important in this particular language, because they create energy. Imagine you saying words without vowels. You have to almost whisper them. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that vowel gives it energy. It gives it power. You see, it makes it move. You see, so when you're being booed, that is powerful. Take it. Get out of your head with what your authorities figure told you that they booed you. You weren't any good. No, you were excellent. Because look at the greatest of the greats. We're booed. I was getting booed so much it was ridiculous. I would wait. I was glad when they booed me, because then you booing me? Oh, you booing me. You giving me energy. You see, if you're booing somebody, you're connected with them. It's almost an intimate thing. In order for you to give up enough power to boo somebody, that means you're actually giving them energy. If somebody's hating on you, they're giving you energy when your mind is in the right space. But if your mind is all confused and diffused and you caught up with your emotions and your emotions just, you're just sad all the time because you give your power away and you're not in your boo. You're not being you. You're being caught up in these belief systems that don't exist. It's all an illusion. It's like what they call Maya. It's an illusion. So, go on and take the boos. People say, well, Dr. B, you're a really great musician. I used to get booed all the time. I still do sometimes. And I take it. Come on, let's boo. Let's boo together. But you got to hear it. You got to do a transformation in your mind. You have to be an alchemist. You see, and once you become an alchemist, that first step of alchemy is calcination, and that's burning off all the things that are not a part of the true article. When you become the true article, you use everything.
No, definitely. Dr. B. No, wait. No, not right now. Give me a second. I'm sorry, Dr. B. What was I about to say? My son done interrupted.
He wants your phone. He didn't make a call.
You want to play games on phone and all of that.
You don't know what he's doing on that phone.
Hey, listen. I want to ask you about, because we're about to get into some deep stuff. We got an important announcement. I told the people last night, if you was on the show last night, you already know what I'm about to talk about. But if you don't, we got an important announcement for y'all with Dr. B. But I want to ask you about, the name of the show is Inner Child Stargate. Now, we're going to discuss one of the most important topics in the world, because we have our We have our ego, our personality, we have our avatar, and then we have our true identity. Our true identity, the best word to describe our true identity. You know what's funny, Dr. B? We talked about this earlier. It's not a sophisticated word. Our true word to describe who we truly are in the most spiritual God. Like, you think God has to be so sophisticated in advance, right? Everybody thinks God is so advanced. One of the best words to describe God is inner child. In the English language, is your inner child. It's one of the best ways to describe God. And I want to ask you, one of the things that children do, Dr. B, that I find interesting, that as adults we do it in a different way, because everything has polarity. So I want to talk to you about this word called screaming. Now, as an adult, when you scream, you may be angry, you may be shooting cortisol all through your body. You may be, oh God, it may not look good. You may be stressed out. As a child, when you scream, a lot of times you're filled with that God energy, and the screaming is an indication of it. Let me give you an example real quick before you answer this, Dr. B. When somebody dunks in basketball, or somebody does something great, when Serena Williams hits the tennis ball a certain way, she can't help but scream. Serena, you can't hold it in, Doc. Doc, you can't hold it in. That shit comes out. Intellectually, we want to hold the scream in, but it comes out.
Yes.
Talk to me about this, the science of screaming, not in a I'm stressed out, I'm arguing, fuck you. Not in that way. We pick up on that when we get older, but the way the kids do it, the way the greats do it, the way Serena do it, the way Jordan did it, the way Michael did it. Michael was like, Michael was like, what I'm talking about. Doc, come on, let's go. Because we got important stuff to discuss tonight. Go ahead, Mike. I said, go ahead, Mike. You see that? That slipped out.
See?
Freudian slip. Go ahead, Dr. B. Oh, man, this is a good one, y'all. Go ahead, Dr. B. The screaming.
Scream. E. That's your throat chakra. Mm-hmm. Throat chakra is the transducer. It's a translator. It's a transistor. When energy comes in through the top of your body, it comes in through the top of your head, right? Coming from what you may call Father Sky or the cosmos, right? It comes in through the top. It goes down through that soft spot in your head, down through your glands, and it goes through your chakras, and it hits the fifth chakra through your core. That's where that cosmic energy is formed and transmuted into physical energy. The fifth chakra, the throat, is where the cosmic energy is transformed into physical, and it's also where physical energy moving up through your body from the ground up is transformed into cosmic. It's a transistor. It's a translator. It's a transducer, right? And what it does, right, is it is what you use for expression. This is how you express yourself, your voice, your tone, your rhythm, your cadence. All of those things is happening with your voice. And when you vibrate that E, because the E is the fifth chakra. E, you can hear it. E, when you scream, you are transducing energy. You're letting energy out. You are expressing yourself, whether it's something that you're afraid of or something you're joyful about, or just doing what we call the vocal liberation therapy, letting out those frequencies. You're letting out all that stuff that's been sitting in you latent, all that static electricity, all those things that's been sitting around, it's almost getting rusty inside of you. You got stuff that's a little moldy energetically. So you're letting it all out. And by letting it out with that scream, that E, just E alone, even the note E in music is a powerful note, because E represents refining your power. You begin to refine your power in the E, in the ether. You're sending message into the ether, that very mystical energy that connects everything. So when you're screaming out and letting out that energy. Now, let's say, you're going through stress. A lot of people go through stress, right? And they don't let it out. years and years of anger and fear and sadness and grief. And sometimes you don't let it out because they teach you, just be quiet, don't cry, don't scream, don't be loud. Even when you get ready to have that big orgy, you know what I'm saying? Some people got to grab their mouth. And they don't want to grab a pillow and stuff. They don't want the neighbors to hear.
Yo, what the fuck, Dr. B? I didn't know he was going to go there. Oh, shit, Dr. B. This is X-rated Dr. B.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to let it out because you were told to hold it in. The neighbors might hear you. That's on their ears. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hold your energy in because the neighbors might hear you. And they might look at you in the morning and be looking at you. Hey, good morning. You look at them. They look at you. You screamed last night. I heard that. Yeah, it was doing good. It was a celebration. What I'm supposed to do, hold that in? Because I'm worried about your ears. I don't know what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Half the time they can't hear you anyway because they got their own inner scream going on. So what I'm saying is when you scream out, when you let the energy out, it's like you let go of all that energy that you got stuck. See, because you're holding on to a lot of cortisol and adrenaline because your body is a lot of times in fight or flight. You're working, which is war king. You're warshipping. So it's like a fight to survive. And, every day I've been working hard. I got to make it. I got to do my I'm fighting to do. People talking about they fighting to do. They're working at meditation. That's deep. You're working at it. Man, this is like a job. You might as well put on a suit and a tie to do. I'm working at meditation today. Where are you? We all work at meditation. It's something that happens automatically if you get into the right breathing. But when you don't scream, you don't let out, you don't voice yourself, you hold in all the stuff. And what happens is you never get to burn off the cortisol, the stress hormone. You never get to burn off that adrenaline. You see, once you burn that off, it's a reset that happens in the body. It says, go back to zero. Let's start again. You see, so once you start again, there's a reset. Once you have the orgasmic energy moving through you, you see, that's what laughter is. After laughter, before laughter, now laughter. It's all happening now in you, where you're beginning to move those frequencies in your body, what they call the humors in your body. That's what the word humor is all about. It's about the fluids in your body. So you're moving that energy when you laugh, and your diaphragm vibrates, and you can't stop laughing. Or when you scream, it's a very high vibration. It shoots out from you, and it goes into the cosmos. It goes into the quantum field and returns with something. It looks for more of its kind. So the more you laugh, the more you scream, the more you let go, your body begins to magnetize itself for more of that. Does that make sense? I don't even know if I answered your question, man.
No, that makes.
I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
Doc, and that within itself, that's godly. Doc said, I don't even know. That means you're just being possessed right now, Doc.
I am possessed.
You
got me
right now.
I was taken a long time ago. I was taken. I'm always taken. I've been took. I never came back. I let them take me. I allowed them to take me.
Doc, I got one more question before we really get into this thing. I mean, like I said this many times before on the show. I feel like a kid in the candy store. I say that a lot. If you watch the show a lot, I always tell the family I feel like a kid in a candy store with these shows, because it's like, wow, I get to do this for a living. I absolutely love this. Like, I would have paid any amount of money in the world that somebody asked me just to have access to this information before the internet. When I was 20, I had to 19. When I was 19, I had to sacrifice. In New York, we wear fitted hats. I had to sacrifice buying fitted hats to buy VHS tapes. So I would sacrifice buying fitted hats and young guy shit just to be able to afford a videotape from a brother on the street. And one of those brothers eventually became Sonnet. I was buying VHS tapes before him, but he eventually became my main supplier of VHS tapes. And that's how I got introduced to all of this, through him. So shout out to him. But my point is saying that I would have did anything. Not no P. Diddy shit, but you know what I'm saying. I would have really sacrificed a lot in my life to just learn this information, as long as it was in agreement with my integrity degree or what I represent as a God being. So it's just beautiful to be in this position and to get this. And I want to ask you this, Dr. B, as we get started with the child. Like I said, talking to him, he's a genius, family. Just give let it build, y'all. Wait till you know how the song when the hook come on, and then you know, like, oh shit, this is crazy. Wait till the hook drop. Dr. B just dropped, he's spinning his verse right now. Wait till the hook drop, because Dr. B is spinning his verse right now. When the hook is about to drop. When the hook drop, we're gonna go crazy all in here. But listen, let me ask you this. Somebody in the chat said something, and I got a question based on what somebody said. My spirit immediately told me a question, Doc. Maximize Vitality said higher realms can hear your sound. Exercise before it can hear the English language. What I want to ask you, do beings in higher frequencies, Dr. B, listen? Because we're vibrating. We're vibrating. The universe understands frequency and vibration. So does the universe, the entities in the higher realms or lower realms, listen to us like we listen to radio stations? So if you want to hear country, you turn to 103.5. If you want to hear hip hop, you turn to 97.1. If you want to hear the blues and something sad, you turn to 98 point whatever. And you know, if you want to hear the love song, it's 98.7. With I forgot the dude's name, but everything we may say words, but it's actually a frequency that falls into love or hate. So do the entities listen to us like radio stations? Like they say, I want to hear gratitude today. And they tune to the earth frequency. Oh, Brother Rich's gratitude. And they listen to what I'm got to say. And they're like, wow, that's amazing. That's a good song. Like, does it work like that? Because you always talk about entities talking to you. Now talk to me, Dr. B, because this is good. Go ahead, my brother.
All right. We are instruments.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Your body is an instrument, just like a cello, a violin, a piano.
Song.
Each one of us are instruments in an orchestra, also known as an orchestra.
Orchestra.
It's an arc. Energy arcs through the universe. It doesn't move in straight lines. It moves in arcs or waves, you know, and that energy is waves of energy constantly waving. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
We are the entities. In fact, there's entities and there's entities.
Come on, Doc. Don't be making up words now. Don't be making up words now, Doc. What you talking about, Doc?
Everybody else made up words. I can't make up no words. Oh, all of a sudden I'm here. I got to use the same language that they gave me. Depress and oppress me. I'm going to use the language that can't be coming to me now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Entities are everything that you envision outside of you. Entities.
Excellent.
Entities are energies in you, inside the inner verse. The inner verse has so much power in you. You are a universe. You're not a me, you're a we. It's a whole co-organization. They don't want they got a co-organization down there, and they meet and they think they talking about Black Panthers or White Panthers or whatever. But that organization in you is your superpower. Once you begin to look inward, the most powerful thing there is inside you already. You are the atomic bomb. We are, it's amazing how just because of misdirection, we keep looking out. It's the song you're singing. What is the song you're singing? Does it have a hook? Does it have a line? You know, a lot of songs today is just really a 2-bar loop going around and round and round. It didn't even change. Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? No intro, no outro. It's just boom, just get right to it and then it's over. And it's like fast food. It's like microwave. You see, it's a loop and you become loopy until you begin to learn how to pace yourself and stop doing the thing called erase yourself and keep looking out for what should be inward. You got to look inward. See, so the entities, there are so many beings inside you. Your ancestors, guess where they're at? They out there, you're looking all up, you're praying hard, you know, they're in you. Well, how could they not be in you? Because they're made of you. You're made of them. those genes, those energies, those things that made up them, the microorganisms in you, right? What we call the friendly bacteria, the microflora, those are your ancestors. Those things are ancient. Your mama passed them to you, and you passed them to your children. You see, so it's an inward thing. And when we begin to vibrate with music and sound, because we're all music, but some people you can hear their music. Hey, B, how you doing, B? You know, B, I saw you on Black Magic the other day, and I was wondering, Dr. B, I was wondering about the universal soul and the ancestors. Then when I like you real funny. You real funny. You make me laugh. This cat's dry. He's dry as the Gobi Desert. You know what I'm saying? He's dry because he don't have no tone. Instead of speaking with frequency and flow and being excited. And one thing that a lot of the what we call electronic crack is doing is it's taking the soul out of people because they're not using their own, expression anymore. They're not singing their song.
Yeah.
They're singing the songs the thing told to sing them. Did I say that right? I said it right. The thing told to sing them.
Yeah.
So we're and then a lot of the music and everything it's a trap. That's why they call it a trap. You're trapped into something that's not even yours anymore. You're following the oppressor. The oppressor is oppressing your buttons, right? And now you have become the oppressor and you're oppressing your own buttons. You see, but when you begin to express through music, through song, through celebration, through clapping and dancing and yelling and screaming, sometimes scream and laugh for no reason at all. Sometimes I just bust out laughing. People say, Dr. B, you okay? No, I'm not okay. Why I got to be okay? Then if you tell them you're not okay, they don't know what to do. You ever see people that come up to you and say, how you doing? You say, I'm not doing too well. They didn't expect that answer. They expect you to lie and say things is okay when it may not be. I'm crazy as hell today. I done lost my mind. In fact, it wasn't mine anyway. I'm not looking for one to help you find it. Everybody, they come on the store. You're in the grocery store. You done lost your mind. Everybody, please. Mr. B is in aisle 14. Please look for his lost mind. They're looking up and down. Well, they got flashlights. Where's Dr. B's mind? You don't need your mind because your mind is not yours. You have to let that mind go by singing a new song, vibrating with a new hook. Get a new chorus, get up and dance, get up and groove, let the orgy out. You know what I'm saying? Scream and holler and shout. You see, this is what we have to do in order to survive. Otherwise, we will not exist. You see what I'm saying? Because artificial intelligence can't laugh. That shit don't laugh. My homeboy, he decided to go on artificial intelligence and ask it about God. And guess what? The thing told him. I said, man, you was a fool. You think... artificial, if it's artificial, how can it know anything about the prime creator? How can it know? Well, it knows you because it's smart. Look, it's so smart, you becoming dumb. They looked at the brains of the folks, man, that stop laughing. They ain't having no fun. They just live on the internet. They just scrolling. The blue light and fried their brain. And they started looking at the brains, and these people are like flatliners. They're just barely alive. So you become containers for electricity, just like in, what was that, in Matrix? People were just containers and batteries, you see? But when you laugh, when you play, when you sing, when you make music, you create electricity. And the ancestors and the ancestors in you are vibrating because you're sending out a call. Yes, everything is listening to you. The trees are listening. We do this core experiences. People are watching it online where we're doing this energy thing, right? We're creating these chi balls, these pranic balls, and the trees are blowing. The wind is blowing. People are like, well, what's happening? Because we control the weather. We're that powerful. You see, so when you wake up and you have some joy and some levity in your life and laugh, something starts happening, man. So celebration is very important to get you out of the cell, to vibrate your cell so you can become free. Because right now, if you just stay on the course that you've been on, you're in the prison of the mind. You're locked up, right? And you're locked up worse than anybody in a jail because you don't vibrate. It's not just about eating and being high vibrational. And check this out, man. I met this brother the other day. and I've seen him around. He's pretty famous. I ain't gonna say his name. He's known as the highest vibrational person. He is Mr. High. He knows everything. Yeah, you got to stay on a high vibration, see. And he mentioned the word high vibration like 25 times, seeing what you got a high vibration, see. And it's just a high vibration, see, a high vibration. And he kept saying high vibration. I said, well, where is it? I was looking up. I said, well, where's this vibration at? He said, well, it's a high vibration. I said, well, what is a low? Well, low vibrations are bad. I said, well, that's Mother Earth. That's the low note on the piano. That's the lowest vibration is the low vibration. So what are you talking about? Who got us just talking about good things or high vibrations? We are on a full spectrum. We're all on a spectrum. They come out, that child is on a spectrum. We're all on a spectrum. You have to use your spectrum, know when to speak, know when not to speak, when to dip down into the low vibration, which is the earth, which is the resonant frequencies of everything, and pull out of that. Go into the chaos and create order. Then sometimes out of order, you create chaos. Man, that's music, right? I just explained music. That's vibration. And the sympathetic vibrations vibrate with other things that are what? Related to it. So yes, those ancestors, the ancestors. Now, some of us, we don't have ancestors we praying to because you're too disagreeable. So you praying to the ancestors. That's why you're itching all the time. The ancestors, that's automatic negative thought cesters, right? You're praying to them because you wake up thinking it's bad, it's going to get worse. Oh boy, it's terrible. It's whatever happened in the past is happening every day. Now the ancestors, get it? Automatic negative thoughts come after you and they eat you alive versus the ancestors where this is about life. This is about growth. And this is expression where we tap into the mycelium network, which it has no time, no space. We are strings of infinity touching everything. Yes, everybody's listening. Everything is listening to you right now. What's your song?
Yeah, somebody said, find a way to laugh and be happy. And I guess that's a Malcolm Jamal Warner quote. RIP to the brother Malcolm Jamal Warner. A lot of y'all know him from The Cosby Show. He was Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, and his acting career continued from there. I think he had a show, a spin-off show in the 90s. I forgot what it was called with I think it might have been Eddie Griffin or something like that. I forgot the exact name of it. But his acting career continued from there, but we all know him as Theo. Rest in power to that soul who came to earth to show us a certain way, a standard of black people that black people should be living. Everybody that contributed to the Cosby Show, it was a good show for us to have, to see a representation like that, a doctor as a father, a lawyer as a mother, children, a full household. We don't see stuff like that. Therefore, we don't have stuff like that no more. The media is the biggest magicians on the planet. So regardless of things I said about Bill Cosby in the past, he may be critical of ghetto behavior and he may say certain things. He was a tremendous man. Dr. B, you ever met Bill Cosby?
I was across the room from him and I felt his energy across the room for sure.
Wow.
But Malcolm, I knew because we played one time, we played together, we jammed together. And he's a poet and a bass player, really good bass player. But he and I sat one night and talked for hours. And we never talked about anything disagreeable. We only talked about what we could do to change the world. And he had big respect for what I was doing, whether it was in music or whether I was, lecturing and teaching, because, a couple times he was at a couple of lectures that I did at the Good Life in LA. And he only talked about what we could do to change things. He talked about solutions.
Right.
And we sat one night and talked about solutions. We saved the whole world in one night, the whole planet in one night. And that's what's actually, you're doing that because what's really interesting is that moment where we're sitting in Los Angeles looking up at the sky talking. Do you know that moment still exists in other dimensions? So nobody's gone. We have this thing where we think somebody left, and oh boy, they didn't leave. They just went to a different channel on the television of life.
Right. Yeah.
And you're only in this lane on bus stop Earth for a temporary amount of time, and you got to change lanes sometimes.
Damn, Dr. B, real quick So somebody could still tune into Dr. B when you was 5 years old. Say an ancestor or somebody in a different dimension or realm. Can they tune into you when you was 5 years old, or do they have to tune into the present version of you?
You can tune into everything is available to you once you get out of the prison of the mind.
Yeah.
You see, so like today is the 22nd of July. Today is the day my mother came into this realm. My mother, she's made her transition. She went to college, she went to Universal College. And today would be her re-earth day, her 99th revolution around the sun. So I've been talking to her all day. I said, Ma, I got to do this show. I'm a little nervous now. You know how I get before these shows. I don't know what I'm going to say. This brother Rich, he be tying me up in knots and asking me questions all on an angle and stuff. I don't know where he coming from. And she said, just calm down, boy. Just calm down. You know what you do. You sit down, eat your food. Make sure you eat your fruit first. Then a little bit later on, wait a little while and have your vegetables. And then if you're still hungry, then we'll have a little something different. And she would always keep me calm. But she would always say, go express yourself. Have some fun. Make it fun. When you're in school, turn it into a game. Make it fun. That's the only way I got out of school, was turning it into fun. It had to be a game. That's how I learned electronics. When I went to electronic school, I turned the little electrons into ants. I turned them into ants. I said, the ants, they got to go through here. A resistor is going to hold some of the ants back and let a few of them through. A transistor is going to take things and change them. It's like a switch turning things off and on. A diode is changing the polarity of something. So I learned electronics by looking at the bugs, by watching nature. And that's how I became, an engineer and all those things, because I'm thinking about it like that. But my mother, your mother, our mothers, our grandmothers, they are the ones who are still in touch with you. They're not here where you could touch them physically, but the physical is an illusion anyway. You think this is solid until you get an electron microscope. And everything that you put on under that microscope, there's more space. Everything is 99.9% space. We're just vibrating at a certain level. There's a song, since you got here, there's a song that keeps you together. They call it the gluon state in quantum physics, right? Things are glued and stuck together that vibrate together. You see what I'm saying? When you vibrate with something, that's what it becomes. You're creating something. So if you had love for somebody, you still have it. You're still them. So my mother, our mothers, your mother is still here right now. It's just an illusion that they're gone. They're just on a different channel. And there's infinite channels. They said, well, there's 11 dimensions. No, I learned there was 144,000. Then I recently learned that there's infinite channels.
Damn.
And they're all happening at one time. So there really is no past life.
Right.
It's an alternate life that's still happening. You want to play cowboys and Indians? All you got to do is turn the channel. Now, I don't know about that show Gunsmoke, man. Wasn't no black people on some of these shows, man. It was just,
oh, man.
Some of those shows was one Negro sitting by the bar or out by the corral. But actually, the cowboys was us. They just changed the channel. They changed the frequency. You know what I think? And this is, I'm not being mean, but I got to say it. Let me ask my mom, should I say this? Go on, boy, go on to say it now. That ain't a voice, but I only got one female voice.
Right.
What we ought to get rid of is, I think we should, some people have been talking about whether we should get rid of Black History Month. I think we should have White History Week.
Wow.
And just we don't need history. We are the history. I'm gonna let that slide because that gets real political. All of a sudden, people don't want to laugh no more. All of a sudden, wait a minute, now that's pretty deep. Just leave that with you. What are you creating? You are creative. You are beautiful. If you inwardly know that, and you know that you are your mother, you are your father, you are the heavens, you are the earth, you are the trees. That's why sometimes you go outside and the animals stop and they look at you and they're trying to communicate with you.
Right. I agree. Yes.
And the animals are speaking to you. So when I see like some certain amount of birds or certain kind of bird, like a lot of hawks, You know, you look up hawks, you get the book Animal Speaks, and you look at what does that mean when that animal came to me. The animal is speaking to you, giving you something. But sometimes that is your what you might call your ancestors, right? Trying to give you a message and say, hey, look out for this. Get your ducks in a row. You see some ducks, get your ducks in a row. That means get organized. You see? But once we begin to have a playful view, it stopped struggling all the time. They told you to struggle. You was born into struggle. It was a struggle. That was the first words you heard. Well, it's gonna be hard, and what we gonna feed the child? We don't. You listening to this as a child. You can't talk yet and respond. But you hear a lot of struggle, and most of the language ends up being about war, competition, chaos. We focus more on the drama. You see, instead of looking at the beautiful advantage we have right now because we got breath. You got a chance to do this again. I have a chance. When you called and said, Doc, I got an idea. I said, oh, here we go. Because I was a little worried. I hadn't heard from you in a while. I didn't know what's happening. You begin looking around, you know what I'm saying? It's been raining every day. What's with the rain every day all of a sudden? It ain't never rained every day.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the whole country's a rainforest. You know what I'm saying? Because the earth is changing.
Yeah.
And it's expanding and the vibration is high. So we have to get high too and get into a high vibrational celebration spirit and do this every single day and clap and have some fun.
Beautiful.
And let the orgies out.
Beautiful. Listen, I want to tell the family before we continue, because we got about 1,400 people in the chat. I'm gonna post it in the chat. Dr. B Sirius. I had a thorough talk with him earlier for y'all. He's going to be in New York City on August 2nd. And I think this might be the most revolutionary workshop I ever heard of. And I'm going to tell you right now some of the things that, let me share the link. It's a workshop. We had Nicholas Brooklyn, shout out to Monique. I'm going to be in New York, so I'm going to be there for it. I'm in New York. We collaborating on it. And Dr. B, actually, you know what's dope? I'm gonna tell you what's dope. So if you listen to the show, I don't know if King Simon is in the chat and he can share the link. My son got my phone, so I can't pin it to the top of the chat. But August 2nd is gonna be a big day in New York for the spiritual community. It's funny, August 2nd, 2027 is a solar eclipse. I didn't know that was the same day in 2027, but in 2025, we're going to have, it's going to be big in Brooklyn, New York. Dr. B, let me tell you something. The workshop, and I posted the link in the chat. I beg anybody this is his first time in New York, and it wasn't even supposed to go down like this. Let me tell y'all. I'm doing a party, an after party called Club 363 at Nicholas in the nighttime. And somehow, some way, I don't know how the conversation came up, but me and Dr. B just started talking about him coming up to New York that day. And one thing led to another. It was a great spiritual flow. But let me tell y'all, so the name of the workshop, y'all, is, like I said, this is revolutionary. We've never seen nothing like it before. It's called the Inner Child Experience. It's an experience. I don't want to say to use the word workshop. It's more of an experience. It's experiential. It's something for yourselves to tap into. But check this out. So in the workshop, let me share the link again. I need my New York. And y'all got to understand how big this is because Dr. B has never been in New York before.
As a speaker.
So let me share this link again because I see King Simon now, but he's sharing some other stuff. But King Simon, share the link to the workshop, my brother. Thank you. The first time as a speaker, y'all really got to understand how big this is. The name of the workshop is the Inner Child Experience. It's a workshop based on, it's an experiential workshop. It's not an intellectual workshop. But check this out. Dr. B is one of the things that we got to do for the workshop, and this is so revolutionary. I was talking to him about this earlier. Everybody who attends the workshop, we're going to be communicating with you. It's right. It's August 2nd. It's 2 weeks from now. Everybody is a couple of things. and give me my time to speak about the workshop. I'm excited, family. Everybody has to bring a toy. Now the toy, don't be dirty. Don't be dirty and think no crazy shit. Don't, because Dr. B said, but everybody got to bring a childhood toy that stood out to them, or a toy that their child plays with, or simply a toy that resonates with them. We're going to tell you exactly what we want you to do with that toy. It involves tapping into your subconscious, reconnecting with your child, your inner child. But everybody, and I would, whenever you sign up, Eventbrite makes you give your email. So I'm gonna be contacting everybody who signs up and let you know the list of things. But that's one of the lists. That's one of the things on the list. You have to bring a toy to this workshop. And the toy, like I said, when I was young, I remember it was Kid Sister for the girls, and it was My Buddy. I remember My Buddy. I had Ninja Turtles. I had Transformers. Those were different toys that stood out. And if I was to bring that to the workshop, that would immediately, it's like toys are like music. They're like time machines. So when you bring a toy, you're like, wow, yo, I remember this. I remember that. Same thing with a song. Oh shit! When that song came out, I was dating such and such. So we're time traveling. This is a sophisticated, non-sophisticated way to time travel. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. Stay with me. This is excellent. So everybody has to bring a toy because we're gonna do time traveling. He's gonna teach us time traveling techniques with the toy. Fucking amazing. I swear to God. I've never heard anything like this before. This is mind blowing, if that's the proper word. We're going to be doing vocal liberation therapy. He did something like this at the, what's the thing you do, Doc?
The core access experience.
Core access experience. So we're going to be engaged. Remember, I talked about screaming. Stay with me, y'all. I talked about screaming. We're going to be engaging in vocal liberation therapy. This is a revolutionary workshop, y'all. I swear, nothing like this out there in the new age spiritual, not to this degree. It's the toy time traveling, vocal liberation therapy. We're also at the workshop. We're gonna have a trampoline. Now, trampolines. If you listen to Dr. Yaki, the brother Yaki, and by the way, he's gonna be on the channel on Thursday. Yaki. The trampolines are good to drain the lymphatic system. Trampoline has enormous benefits for the body, but it's also something as a child that unlocks certain things with us because we remember jumping up and down, and we remember when they told us it's time to stop jumping up and down. You're not a kid no more. So we're going to have a trampoline on site for anybody throughout the lecture. If you just want to jump up and down on the trampoline for 2, 3, 4 minutes, you're free to. And that's a way to reconnect with our childhood. So there's going to be so many childhood-filled activities. This is completely this is not, I'm reading the book. Books are great. We have to be right brain, left brain activated. We're left brain activated, but what about right brain? The right brain, part of the right brain is being childlike. And it's yo, family, just talking to this brother. I'm excited to tell you what it entails. Another thing that it entails is we're going to have crayons. This is dope. This is dope. This is dope. We're going to have crayons. We're going to have paper. And we're going to have pens, pencils, all that stuff. We're going to have every participant in the workshop draw a visual image of your dream life. We're going to do it together. Everybody, obviously everybody's going to draw their own individual image, and we're going to have you frame it when you get home. Family, listen, it's just so many subconscious techniques, inner childhood activating, inner childhood transformation techniques that I have never heard before. Imagine having a frame image of your dream life that you drew, you put together. You got stencils. We're going to have stencils. We're going to have crayons. We're going to have pencils. We're going to have compasses for those who want to draw sacred geometry. Family, listen. This is, I swear, this is the most childlike revolution. This is a childlike revolution that is secretly occurring that the so-called elites don't know about. It's a childlike revolution done by adults. If you ain't never heard no shit like that in your life, a childlike revolution done by adults who are looking for God within themselves by finding their child within themselves. Oh my God. Listen, let me share this link again. Inner child alchemy. There you go. Listen, this is the best. I swear, this is the best inner child alchemy you're going to find. It's way beyond the intellect. When I talk about the drawing of your dream life, when I talk about the activation of the trampoline, when I talk about the what else I said, Dr. B? What was the other thing I said?
Vocal liberation therapy.
Vocal liberation therapy. When I talked about bringing a toy to the workshop, and he's going to show you how to use that toy to tap into the subconscious memory of that child. It is not about reliving painful memories. It's about liberation. It's about the happiness that child represented. It was a representation of pure joy and happiness. Family, I'm skipping words. This is the most one-on-one of these most revolutionary workshops I ever engaged with. I can't wait. I'm going to jump on the trampoline. I'm going to be drawing a picture of my dream life. Best believe I'm going to have my children there and shit. I'm going to have some kids there and shit. I'm going to have a piano there. And I'm going to hang that motherfucker up somewhere in this room. It might be right here. You never know. But I'm just glad that to be participating with this, with you with this, Dr. B, because this one got me going right here. This is different from the regular. Wait. This is, and nothing wrong with this. This is good. This is good. Listen, this touches a different part of your soul, of your body. Dr. B, talk to me. This is it. You struck gold, my brother. This is it. Talk to me, Dr. B, please. This is it. I swear, this is it.
I remember when
New York, August 2nd. It's going down.
Brooklyn, right?
Yes. The workshop of all workshops. I love this. I'm sorry.
I remember when Dr. Kweku Ando, when he was giving me the last time I was with him, my final training with him, he said, now look up at the sky and see the sky, find the brightest star. And I found it and it was, blinking. He said, that is Sirius. And he said, from this moment on, you are Dr. B Sirius. And I was like, well, this guy, because I was just Dr. B, and that's Sirius. That's Sirius. He says, yes, isn't that funny? Dr. B Sirius. It's a serious thing, but you are very funny. So it's going to work for you. Be serious, but to have a lot of fun with your seriousness. I was like, wow, that's powerful. And I started laughing and he's laughing. And it just brings about that energy when you connect it to your sound. When we begin to realize that when I was 3 years old, my favorite thing was sitting next to the peach tree. I used to peel peach resin off the tree, right? And lick it off my fingers and stare up at the twinkle, twinkle little star. As a child, that's one of my childhood memories of looking at this star. Then many, many, many years later, if I become connected to it, my childhood has always been with me because I use the vibrational energy of my childhood, the fun times, to pull me through the challenging times. Because if you can focus on what you would like, where you would like to be, or you can pull back from back in the day, pull back what was joyful in your life, what was powerful. See, the oppression mindset says to go back and pull back all the problems, all the trauma. Then you get bonded with the trauma, and the trauma's bonded with you. Then you go out and meet other people that's trauma bonded. Now you got a whole trauma tribe. You know what I'm saying? And we just talk about the problems and we say, oh, we become too intelligent, studying words all the time, trying to figure out what these ancient people did. You can't know what the ancient people did because you are the ancient people. What are you doing? The ancient people are doing you. So once you begin to have some fun again and tap into those times when you were a winner, when you won something, when it's those energies, they tell your body, they send vibrations through all the fluids of your bodies, the humors. And when those are vibrated with new life force, your telomeres, which are at the ends of your DNA, they're like little strings that are wrapped and bound together. They begin to grow, or they break off when you're going through too much stress and you're focusing on stress right? They begin to grow and you actually have more life. Your life expectancy is based on how your telomeres, which I like to say they're like little antennas, little telephones, sending messages from the outside world to the cells. The same thing that the antennas on every cell are sending messages inside the cell about what's going on the outside. So when you start telling yourself on the inside, even though I'm going through all this challenge, there are places where we can make fun and have levity and laugh. When you begin to go back and begin to grab that inner child who is still in there, it's down on the swing set inside your body, waiting for you, waiting by the playground, waiting to play kickball, or just sit there out and lay out in the grass. Because, when you were young, you didn't have no job. You didn't worry about the gas bill, electric bill, and you wasn't watching the news. It might have been on in the background, but you didn't even care because you were just in this joyful place. When your cells begin to vibrate, that's what Celebrate is about. And you go back to the future within yourself. You cross timelines. You change everything and you resonate with this frequency. And what that frequency does, that frequency goes straight to your solar plexus, your gut, right? Because when you're laughing and having fun, you're vibrating your gut. The friendly bacteria, they begin to say, oh, wow, this is a great thing. Let's really do our job. There's life potential here, right? Because they're listening, because your solar plexus is like a sun inside. So you're giving light to your solar inner self. Then that goes to your second chakra. And the second chakra says, oh, wow, we're having fun, right? And the second chakra is all about intimacy and money. Well, we need more money to have more trips. We need to do more, right? Make more offers in the world so we can have more fun. That's what you want to do with all this money. Having $1 million don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was a millionaire once and a half. Once and a half, I was a millionaire. It wasn't fun. It was drama. What came with it. But now I know what to do with that. Go have fun. Go have experiences. That's what we really need in life. Great experiences. Coming together in one ship, in fellowship, laughing together and tapping into that collective unconscious and sending that vibration back to the center of the earth and out to all of the planets and all of the galaxies and all of the universes and the omniverses. There's many of them. When you send that message out as a wave, it comes back to you. Does it matter? Yes, you're creating the matter. And once you begin to vibrate at a certain level, you get to this frequency. Frequency 4 or 540 is the frequency. It's the frequency of 1. It says we're complete. It brings about joy, serenity, and transfiguration. When you get to the point of 540, because the scale of frequencies goes lower than 20, and it goes all the way up to 700 or 1,000. So 540 is the frequency of joy, not happiness. That's a happening. We've got to create that joyful energy and a joyful noise, which is a frequency, which is a sound. We're blowing trumpets and drums into the air. And what this does is, I'm going to tell you what this does. It brings about serotonin. And when serotonin comes online, that is that is a chemical that helps us become satiated. We've had enough. This is good. This is beautiful. We've completed something. Unless you celebrate even the small things in your life, you haven't made it. You've got to celebrate even the small successes. You got to keep telling your body, sending your body waves and frequencies and sounds and blowing the trumpets of completion. If you don't, you just become sad and downtrodden, and it's rough, and it gets tired, and you're just depressed and repressed and suppressed, and you've become the oppressor. You're now self-oppressing, you see? And now you got to take drugs or do a bunch of things to try to cover up, you're trying to, let me tap into this. Never mind what we're trying to do. Here's what we're attempting to do, what we're going to do. And this is what we're going to do on the 2nd, and we're going to do it again on the 17th. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. What we're doing by tapping into the inner child and celebrating together in oneness and having this type of court, holding the court of love, peace, and harmony, right? it opens up a wormhole. When your heart is vibrating at that true love frequency, and your gut is vibrating at the true love frequency, and your root and all your chakras are vibrating at the true love frequency, not the fake love, not the like a lot. I mean, the true love, by having that oneness and knowing that there's people with you, there's community, there's togetherness and oneness in this place. That energy doesn't just stay in that room. It travels through the entire universe. We have the power to tilt the planet. We have the top power to change the wind. When we do our core access experience, people have witnessed the wind and the air, everything changes, the frequency changes. We are creating the frequency. It's not creating us. We are the frequency based on how frequently we have what? Enjoyment, love. You know, you're eating and stuff with your phone on. You can't even enjoy the food. Your taste buds can't come totally online because half your energy is being sucked out by the blue light in the phone. Put that phone down when you eat. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to be making love with your loved one with the phone right there. The phone is right. Your mind is still on the phone. The phone is connected to you. It's like an octopus or a squid ready to bite you because you're worried about who's going to call, what's going to happen. As soon as you're done, you can't even go to sleep good because what? You got to check out what happened on IG and TikTok and whatever else you're trying to do. Your face ain't even on the book, but you have lost yourself in that stuff until you let it go and have this space and create a place that creates a wormhole. Because when you are totally in a place where that serotonin is online, we're going to talk about this big time all this month. When the serotonin is online, you have done something. You have completed something. And that sends a pulse wave through your entire body that says, listen, let's go to the next level. We've completed this level. Let's go higher. Let's push more. Let's have more fun. Let's have more experiences, no matter what the world is telling you, because they're trying to tell you, how bad it is. They keep pumping more dopamine, and you hooked on it. You're never satisfied. You can't get satisfied because you're greedy for more drama. You're looking for it. They got to put it in the movies because you want it. You see what I'm saying? We need it. We need more shootouts and more this and the more drama. And oh boy, how bad it is. That is creating more dopamine, which says just go get it because you're doped up on that. I am saying that dopamine has its place. But when we begin to tap into that serotonin, when we tap into that place where we get out of the cranial brain, the physical brain, and go inward and find love and harmony within ourselves, and let that be the song. Find it, because it's in there. It's in the inner child. And how do you get there? By playing. You got to play. Let me tell you. Should I tell him the Dick Gregory story? Should I tell you
please tell him, please tell him, please.
So Dick Gregory, we was all sitting around, right?
Yeah.
And Dick Gregory used to always get deep. And, late at night. The later it gets, he gets deeper and deeper. So we sitting there, and he says, one of my sons had a problem at school. So we was all sitting around eating dinner, and we asked all the children how they was doing. And one of my sons, he was acting kind of funny. Dick Gregory says it. He says, so we asked him, so, well, what happened? How's everything doing? How was school today? Yeah. Well, what happened? Something happened in school? Yeah. That vibe. Something's bad. So the mother, she wanted to know, Lil wanted to know, well, what happened? What happened? And he says, Lil, I got this. He says, everybody go and eat your food. Everybody ate the food. And after they was finished eating, he said, all your boys come out back. They went out back, and he's out there playing basketball with them, right? They playing basketball, shooting hoops. None of them noticed that he's never played basketball with them ever. He's been gone. He's traveling, trying to help the world. So once they all got their breath together, they was breathing, they was having fun. You know what I'm saying? They was vibrating together. They was in oneness. He sits down with the son who was having the issue at dinner. And he says, so what happened? And the teacher called me a nigger. And he put down the ball. He says, well, thank you. And then he knew how to go handle that. He wouldn't handle that at the school the next day. When the boy felt he was under pressure at the table, he wouldn't express because he had fear. He was angry, but anger and fear are tied together. And he was in cortisol level. He was in fight or flight. He was actually in freeze mode. So he didn't want to say it. He couldn't express it until the father played with them. And once the breath reaches a certain level and we breathe together, When you breathe together, you can relieve together. You begin to bond together because they had fun together. So the child no longer was looking at him as this big, authority figure who's out, world famous. He became his brother. They became brothers. So the child was able to relate with him as his friend. And he just told him without no stress at all. The teacher called me nigger. I'm like, this is deep. When you come to someone and you have something to tell them, you may, before you jump all in on them, trying to pressure them to get the answer, go have some fun. Let's have some fun together. That's how they got us to sign them contracts back in the day. They would take us out. This contract, we don't even know what this contract says. 100-some pages here, some foreign, dead languages, Latin. If thitheth, oneth thith, and useth, if you signeth thetheth, fartheth. They have food, man. They got music. They would take us out to the French restaurant. I don't even know what French food tastes like. Eating duck and fried goose eggs and, all of this stuff and wine and drink whatever you want. So we would be high. And when you're high, you're not totally in yourself. So we signed these contracts because they was treating us so good. They wasn't eating the goose eggs. They wasn't even drinking the wine. They had water with lime in it. But when you feel good, you feel like you could do anything. So we about to sign this record deal, not knowing we're signing our lives away. In fact, one of them contracts, I'm still on it right now. Because when you are having fun, you could become anything. You're ready to do anything because that serotonin says we have completed something. We are satiated. We're ready to move to the next level. And one of the reasons why a lot of us can't move to the next level because we're too serious.
Wow.
We're stuck. We're not breathing. And we're not breathing with the thing we desire. Now check it out. The thing you desire in life, first thing you have to do is feel it as if it's happened. And you have to breathe as if it has happened.
Ooh, that's key. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
When you've achieved something, there's a certain breathing that happens. I was in therapy one time.
It's like an exhale. This is some good shit. I hope y'all, this is some good. I'm sorry. This is some good stuff.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thank you, baby. When you breathe as if it has already happened. So we were taught to see the thing we desire. See it. But your sight is not that strong. Your eyes ain't even seeing the full frequency of what's going on in the world. You're seeing less than 1% of what it is to see. So you're basically blind. You see? So seeing is not your best thing. And you've been photoshopping, ever since Mickey Mouse. They've been playing with your visions through the tail eye vision. So your visions are confused because they're looking for more of what they recognize. Your ears, right, are kind of demented only because you've been listening too much of the wrong stuff. You've been hearing things that ain't even true. They don't even make no sense. They start playing Christmas music, and all of a sudden you start, well, where's this? What is Christmas music? Where's that come from? You got music for this holiday, and you're singing the songs even though you Muslim or you're Nuthlum. Nuthlum. That's a new religion. Nuthlum. Brother, what are you? I'm Nuthlum. That means I don't believe in any of it. But when Christmas comes, you hurry up. Because it's in you. It's in you from childhood. So let's go away from the ears and let's go to what? Kinesthetic. Feeling it as if it's happened. When you feel something as if it's happened, you can't just imagine the feeling. You also have to breathe into that imagination. Breathe as if you have achieved what it is in your life. There's a special breath when you have won. And those of you who have won anything, go back to that moment, retrieve that moment and just stay in it, and your breathing changes.
And this is real quick, Dr. B. I don't mean to cut you off. This is the next talking point, because the talking points with the workshop, family, if you missed out, Dr. B will be in New York August 2nd for a revolutionary workshop that has never been done before. And I just want to add, What he just said on one of the talking points is breathing based visualization. Like I said, family, this is something you have never, ever. You know how the white people got no, none of them, nobody. Breathing based visualization that Dr. B is going to do. I just talked to him. This shit is revolutionary. The toy exercise that he's going to teach you. Listen, hold up. Let me go down a brief list. Let me share this link and let me go down a brief list real quick. I got it because this is amazing. I just shared the link. NYC, Dr. B's first time ever. He's giving a workshop for the ages. Breathing based visualization, vocal liberation therapy, trampoline therapy. Everybody must bring a toy to the workshop. We discussed that. Subconscious toy therapy. Oh my God. The aspect of drawing a picture of your dream life. Listen, family, this thing, subconscious toy therapy, trampoline therapy, vocal liberation therapy, breathing based visualization. Family, this is like, listen, this is so unorthodox compared to what people think is advanced. And this is why it's going to be so successful, because nobody saw something like this coming. Dr. B, I'm excited. I'm sorry. I had to tell the people about the vocal visualization, the breathing based visualization. But go ahead, man. This is revolutionary, Doc. Go ahead, my brother.
All of our subconsciouses as a collective are the collective unconscious. If you have a group of people in a room who are breathing in a certain way, or even if they're grieving in a certain way, they collect together.
Yeah.
In a room, you could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you're creating, the whole room becomes a miasma, a vapor, a plasma, of energy that can be taken and used for the rest of our lives. Once you come to this experience, and the one we're having on the 17th, the core experience, which is on the 17th in what city we in? Atlanta right now. You don't change, because you can take that with you. Once you come to Brooklyn, now I'm not sure how you're gonna get all these people in the room, because from what I'm hearing, you better get your ticket fast.
Oh, it's family. This is a very small space. This isn't like this isn't nothing. And shout out to Monique. This isn't like Gathering the Masters or Nine Either, where there's like 1,000. Like, no, it's like literally 100 and something seats available. So this is a small, intimate space, and that's better. I feel like a small, intimate space is better for what we're going to achieve in this workshop. So, family, it's a small, and let me share this link again. It's a small, intimate space, probably about 110 people, 100 people, and yeah, we're gonna get it in. And after that, there's the after party, and Dr. B. Oh my God, Dr. B is gonna be playing his playlist in the after party. The actual workshop is from 3 to 7. It's a 4-hour immersive workshop. After the immersive workshop, it's the Club 363 after party at Nicholas, Brooklyn. And we're going to get down to the vibes. We're going to play music. Dr. B is going to premiere his high frequency, Dr. B Sirius high frequency playlist. And he's going to play the top 10 songs from his playlist that will definitely get your cells vibrating. Because he talked about the celebration is in fact your cells vibrating. So we're going to premiere Dr. B Sirius high frequency playlist to get your cells vibrated in a manner in which you want it to, family. Listen, this is going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait, Dr. B.
What we're doing is creating hyperplasma. Hyperplasma. So you have plasma, which is a certain type of energy, which is almost, it's like a fluid, but it's not. Plasma is a very special thing. We're going to create a hyperplasmic space.
Yeah.
What they call a chi ball or a pranic ball in the whole place. The place is going to become a bubble, and we're all going to send this childlike, loving, high vibrational, musical energy to the universe. So even if you're not there, there's something you could be doing at the same time. So you got to check it out. What time is the event from? You need to be doing some play wherever you are on the planet.
Yeah.
And you'll be tapped in because you are connected through the collective unconscious. We're all connected. So you got your subconscious, your conscious, which is supposed to be yours, but it's really not. But there's the collective as a group. When we come together as a group, we rooting for everybody. We got to be spiritual gangsters on that level where we don't have to be anywhere, because in the quantum world, there is no distance. There is no time. There is no space.
Right.
It's all connected. You see? So we're going to be doing that. That's on the 2nd as we tap into that. And I think, where's King Simon? I think that's at 19. When you add that up, 8 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 5. I think that's check me out now. Make sure that we need
Give
King
us some
Simon.
numbers, King. Give us some numbers.
Numbers.
King is going to be there. He's going to be there. He just said he's going to be there.
Beautiful.
He will be there. I think King is going to be there. Blue Pill will be there with the food. There's going to be a lot of people there. It's gonna be absolutely amazing, family. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Like I said, family, if you are from New York, let me share this link because we're gonna get to some Q&A. We're gonna get to about 2 questions. Then Brother Rich got to get out of here. Let me share this link once again. This is Dr. B's first time in New York, and like I said, family, there will be the Club 363 after party after that. And if you went to my party last year, and I forgot the place. When Dr. B performed, I forgot the name of the venue. Shout out to them, my brother Brill. It was amazing. But Dr. B is gonna be playing. The after party's free. From 7 on, the after party's free. But the actual workshop, we getting super busy. We getting super duper busy in the workshop, family. So it's a 4-hour workshop. It is revolutionary. Spiritually revolutionary. Nobody has never done anything like this in no spiritual community. It doesn't matter what race or gender you belong to. This is completely unique, and I'm proud once again to be a part of this. So make sure if you're from New York, and shout out to Monique. I see Monique in the building. We're gonna make sure Monique make a shitload of money that weekend. We're gonna make sure I'm gonna be plugging Monique's spot from now until the rest of the year. Making sure everybody heads out to Nicholas. If you're from Brooklyn, they are one of the premier spots at this point in New York City when it comes to consciousness. So if you're in New York or if you live in New York, that's the spot you have to go to. All right. Nicholas, Brooklyn. Okay. With that being said, somebody said, is this show every day? No, this show is not every day. Probably about three or 4 times a week I have the show. Let's get to about 2 or 3 questions from the family. Dr. B, I don't want you to spend too much time on the questions because I want to move through them pretty fast. I'm super excited. Can't wait for August 2nd. History will be made. Oh, and during the after party, we're having a part of it is going to be a celebration of Black house music.
Yes.
It's gonna be a celebration of Black house music, part of the after party. Listen, family, we are lit August 2nd. The solar eclipse is going down 2027 August 2nd, but in 2025, Black Magic 363 eclipse is happening. So, family,
and before you go to the questions, I gotta make an announcement. So this vibration begins on the 2nd, and it's going to go straight into the 17th. So we had our core access experience when you all was walking up the mountain the other last, what was that, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah,
we had our first core access experience here in Atlanta. The room was packed. We changed the whole timeline. It was amazing. We've been asked by popular demand to please do one again because a lot of folks couldn't make it because they were at so many different things. So on the 17th of August, right here in Atlanta, we're having another core access experience. It's going to be at what is it called? The Metro ATL. Anyway, it's on the website. I can't remember the name of the spot now. Beautiful place, beautiful venue. It's a bigger place, so we can fit lots of people in there. So This event on the 2nd is the beginning of a plasmic energy that we're going to take to the next level into the 17th. Make sure you're here in Atlanta for this. Some of you I see in the chat was at the first core access experience. And what it is we together as a group go down into the subconscious and we remove things and debris and junk and energetic trash without you having to go through the trauma. This is huge, where it's going to be a celebration. We're going to have the food comes with it. It's going to be wonderful, healthy food. And afterwards, there's going to be a networking. We're going to have VIPs. Hopefully you can come out, Brother Rich, but we're going to have a lot of VIPs for you to meet and greet and hang out, at this event. That's on the 17th of August here in Atlanta. So go to elevationtime.com, and you just go down the page a little bit on the homepage and you'll see the core access experience. This is a life-changing event, and it's another level of the celebration. Whatever we're going to do on the 2nd, we're going to expand that on a whole nother level into the 17th. So that's the core access experience. Those of you who were there know that your life changes. It's never the same, because this technique that we're using is using so many different modalities in one to create and expand. We're using sound and frequency. We're using all the love and peace and all of the things that we all want to achieve to get to your core energy. What's down in your core is what's pinning you to you not being able to get what you really desire. We're going to help you get what you desire. You're going to create your idea of what you desire, and we're going to show you how to get it. So that's on the 17th. That's the core access experience, ATL. Right? That's going to be on the 17th. Go to elevationtime.com, and get your tickets. And there's some early bird specials. There's VIP. There's VIP tickets, but this is life-changing. Some of you have been to my IG page, and you see where the people are doing that energy, that movement, rah! And you can see the trees moving. It's going viral right now. That is the last step in this whole process, called the core access experience. And we're going to be taking it around the country. And since we're talking about Monique's bookstore, we're actually going to be doing one at her bookstore later this year. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting how all these times are coming together, where it's all about celebration and becoming one. So make sure you go to elevationtime.com to get your core access experience ticket, because they're going to be moving fast, because this is powerful time. And right now, the energy is speeding up because we're tapping into the inner child, and that's where we truly live. And that's how we tap into the ancestral vibration and the music of the spirit.
Somebody said not going to be in Atlanta on the 2nd. Yeah, I want y'all to listen close, because it could be a little confusing with all these dates.
Yes.
On August 2nd, we're going to be in New York City.
Yes.
So there's no Atlanta. Brother Rich is going to be in New York City on August 2nd.
Yes.
That's the day of the inner child experience workshop, the revolutionary workshop that I'm talking about. That's the one that's going to be at Nicholas, Brooklyn, from 3 to 7. It's a 4-hour workshop.
Yes.
So I will be in New York City August 2nd. For those who may be a little confused by the dates, I will be in New York City August 2nd. King Simon will be in New York City August 2nd.
Yes.
Blue Pill will be in New York City August 2nd. And the list goes on. Y'all know how it goes. But it's going to be a party in New York August 2nd. There's going to be a inner child experience workshop, followed by an after party where we're honoring and paying homage to the history of Black house music. So make sure. I see somebody in the chat said, does white house music exist? Of course it does, but we're talking about Black house music. A lot of us, and the reason what's so important about that is that a lot of people don't know the origins of house music. And a lot of people don't know that a lot of the songs that was most popular in the country was from Black women.
That's right.
Black women dominated. Black women dominated house music. I don't know what happened, or why we left it so fast, or why we went a completely different direction. But Black women dominated the best house music. The most timeless house music is from Black women. So shout out to the sisters in that era who created the timeless house music that we will celebrate on August 2nd in Nicholas, Brooklyn, in New York City. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, I used to work with the house music cats up in Detroit and Chicago back in the day.
Yeah.
Word up to brother Farley and all those cats, man. You know, I did a lot of that house music stuff. Not the big house music. I was in there on a small level, but
Yeah.
that thing was that's huge, and that's that heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's that rhythm. Once you get that rhythm, man, and you start pulsing at 120, 130 beats per minute, it moves your blood. It's like being on the trampoline, man.
Yo, let's get to probably one more question, then we're gonna get out of here. Family, somebody said just spent all money. Please save me a ticket. I get paid Friday. I'll take some money tomorrow. But listen, it should be today is Tuesday. Tickets should be available on Friday.
Yes.
So it's just up to you whether you're being honest with yourself or not. But tickets should definitely be available on Friday, Kawan Brooks. So you should be able to get your ticket on Friday. But it's gonna be wow, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be I can't wait.
And I'm coming with a surprise. I can't even tell you about this, Brother Rich. On the 2nd, I will be all the way live. I'm coming to New York, Brooklyn with something I have never, ever done before.
Oh, shit.
Coming through the universe to bring this and to actually show this so that people can see the power of melanin, the power of carbon, the power of blackness. The sounds of blackness is the sounds of the universe.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear Dr. B's high frequency music playlist in the after party. That's gonna be exciting within itself. Dr. B's high frequency music playlist that will be played in the after party after the workshop. Like I said, the after party is actually free. The workshop, we're gonna get super busy. That's where we're gonna change lives and totally shift the paradigm. That is from 3 to 7. So I'm gonna continue to tell y'all because I know it could be a little confusing. But let me get to this last question because I gotta get out of here. This is from somebody from South Africa. I always give a shout out to South Africa. I definitely want to visit there sometime in the near future. This brother or sister says from South Africa, how can I change my life from here since I can't afford to come there?
Be there in your mind. You are wherever you can imagine you are. Yeah. So you're not really in South Africa. You're just in that dimension. So if you join with us on the 2nd in your mind, you will be there. You're getting it now. You don't have to be anywhere. You can be everywhere as long as we get out of the prison of the mind. And right now it's happening. The wave is all over and we're all connected in oneness.
Indeed. I agree 1,000%. I want to share something with you. I don't see it now. I guess it's not meant for me to share with y'all right now. But listen, with that being said, oh man, wow, this is amazing. I can't wait till August 2nd, family. Make sure I shared the link so many times in the chat. Make sure if you from before we get out of here, how many of y'all are going to attend? How many people from New York or will be or in the area will be traveling? How many people How many people are going to be able to make it that day? August 2nd, New York City going down. How many of y'all in the chat? I'm just curious. Somebody said, will it be online for those from South Africa or abroad? I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now. I didn't do the Non-Ether God Fest online. Sometimes I just give a couple of minutes on my phone. It takes away from well, I couldn't find my cameraman, couldn't make it last time. I don't know. I'm gonna see. But I'm not sure right now. Okay. Mind Trip said he's gonna be there. Shout out to Mind Trip. Look forward. Oh, somebody just bought their ticket from DC. Shout out to Angelo. Just got their ticket from DC. All right. The Dove said he's in there or she's in there. Shout out to the Dove.
Yes.
All right. So Manny said he's trying. Don't try to. You either make it or you don't. Manny, don't try. Either make it or you don't. But shout out to Manny. Manny said he's trying to make it there from Providence, Rhode Island. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to everybody who's coming through. Like I said, this is a fresh announcement, so I just made the announcement, and I look forward to seeing you there. Let's with that being said, Dr. B, one more time before we get out of here.
And I'm sending out a newsletter tomorrow with this information on it tomorrow.
Okay.
So go to elevationtime.com and get the newsletter from elevationtime.com so you can stay up on a lot of these events that we're doing together. So that'll be tomorrow afternoon. So in case you're missing out, just go to elevationtime.com. We're going to have a post there about this event and other events. And we'll be sending this out in the newsletter because it's all the way live. The way live.
Oh yeah. Leave your contact information one more time, Dr. B, before we get out of here.
You can reach me at elevationtime.com, elevationtime.com. On IG, go to Doctah, B Sirius. That's Doctah, Doctah, the letter B, Sirius, Sirius. That's on IG. That's on YouTube. Check out our new music we got out on YouTube right now, and all the things that we've been doing over there. And it's powerful. And I actually, when I left Connecticut, I first went to New York to try to make it as a famous musician. And I remember the thing was, man, I wanted to be a famous percussionist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I go to one studio and there'd be like 10 Puerto Ricans in line and 5 Cubans and 24 Afro-Cubans. And these cats could play more with one hand than I could play with both of my hands. They was fast and it was into this rhythm. I was like, man, this New York thing is too much, man. So I stayed in New York for about a year, and it was like, bro, you don't have it. You got to go somewhere where they don't have what you have. So that's what made me go to Los Angeles. So I went to Los Angeles in 1977. But whenever I go back to New York, including the last time I was there with you, Brother Rich, when we did the 7 sacred prayers,
right.
My life changed in Brooklyn. I left your event and went. I'll have to tell that story later. But my life changed in Brooklyn. Every time I'm in Brooklyn, even when I was a youth, when we used to go from Connecticut to Brooklyn, something's always happening in Brooklyn. I don't know what it is. I mean, all the boroughs is cool, but Jamaica, Queens, and Brooklyn, these places got a vibration. So now I'm excited about coming there as an orator, as a speaker, as a teacher, and bringing music and sound and vibration. I am so excited and pumped up. And this thing just came about within the last few days. I just found out about it. But that's how powerful things happen. You have to be ready. You have to be ready. You can't get ready. You got to be ready. Then you don't have to get ready. So it's about the adrenaline that is pumping right now through us all. This is a beautiful time. No matter what they say about the world and what you think is going on, right now there's a doorway open. Because when they keep telling you to look over here, look at all the drama, look at the white water, there's sharks over there. There's a beautiful blue ocean out there happening at the same time. All we got to do is put our boats in the water and row your boat gently down the stream and get to the place in yourself where the child lives, where we can have some fun, where we can have some levity and bring on that serotonin, because we're going to do exercises that you'll never forget. Tap into your serotonin. And once you start tapping into serotonin, you live forever. Your wrinkles begin to leave. You can turn it on, and there's a movement that you can do that we're going to show you at the event. There's something that you could do to bring on the serotonin every time. You could be stressed out. You could be, look at people that have been in prison for many years, and some of them come out younger. People that learned how to meditate, they went into a dark space. You see? And because they're tapping into this reservoir of serotonin, you don't hear a lot about it. Most of all this stuff is about dopamine and all about, all of that kind of stuff. And that's what they keep pushing. And you need that too. But the serotonin and the serotonin receptors, once you tap into this, you're unstoppable. Let's be unstoppable this time.
Beautiful. Family is going down. It's official. Make sure, let me share the link again before we get out of here. Make sure y'all come out. We're gonna tap into that inner childhood, that inner child. Make sure y'all come out August 2nd, Brooklyn, New York, at Nicholas Brooklyn. The sister who owns the store is in the chat. Shout out to Monique. I'm gonna have Monique on the show. Like I said, I'm actually gonna be in New York in a couple of days, so I'm gonna be doing a live stream from the store, and I'm just going to be promoting this event. I'm super excited. I'm a kid in a candy store, and I'm having my way. I'm getting all the candy I want. All the candy I want. So this is what. So I'm happy. I'm excited. It's going down. And King Simon sent a chat, and we are doing a jog earlier in that day. I'm gonna have Blue Pillow on late in the week. It's the whole day is gonna be exciting. So we are doing a jog early in that day. We're going to the obelisk, the Egyptian obelisk in Central Park. Dr. B, we're doing that early in the day. We're doing a jog. We're starting on 125th in Harlem from the Apollo. We're starting. Check this out.
Wow.
We're starting from the Apollo Theater. Apollo. The Greek god Apollo. We're starting from Apollo and we're going to Egypt. Nigga, come on. We're gonna do that. We're gonna I don't know exactly what time yet, but that's gonna be early in the day. Afternoon, we got the workshop, the Inner Child Experience Workshop, the most immersive spiritual workshop y'all have ever heard of. That's happening in the afternoon. In the evening time is the after party, the Club 363 after party at Nicholas, Brooklyn. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna be celebrating house music, but we're gonna start it off with Dr. B Sirius high frequency music playlist. It's gonna be fire. Y'all can imagine what the brother gonna play. You know, there got to be some Earth, Wind, and Fire in there. If there ain't, Dr. B, you're gonna have some problems with me. That's all I'm saying.
Woo!
Some Earth, Wind, and Fire in there.
It's gonna be there.
Family, I'm super duper excited. Gotta say that, but listen, I gotta get out of here. Dr. B, appreciate you, my brother. And shout out to everybody who already bought their tickets. It's a small venue, y'all. This isn't a big 1,000-seater venue like gathering. There's like 100 seats here. So it's gonna sell out super fast. Make sure y'all get your tickets. This is the most immersive right brain activity workshop you ever one of the most you will ever participate in. If you're interested in activating the right hemisphere of your brain, that hemisphere that has been dormant, once again for the last time tonight, click on that link. Come out to New York, August 2nd. It's going down. Dr. B, I appreciate you, my brother. New York City, I will see you in a couple of days. Family, thank you so much. I'm taking tomorrow off. Yaki Awaken will be on the show Thursday night. Yaki Awaken will be on the show Thursday night. This shit is big. It's bigger than Nino Brown, y'all. This shit is big right here. Big business, all right? We star seeds. We infinite intelligence. And on that note, I'm gonna get out of here, Dr. B. I can just go on for days and days.
Man, I'll tell you, man, you are the hype man. The whole universe knows about you. You know, you are a universe. You're an economy. You're a universe. You're 5 planets. You know what I'm saying? You are it all. So thank you for what you bring to the space, and thank you for all the partnerships that you have brought, the people that you've brought together, and the voice that you have, and the channel that you bring to the world at this time when we need it the most. So thank you, brother. Thank you and your family, your ancestors, and everybody else that's here in the chat, and everybody that's listening around the world. This is our time. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. This is your time. You have to choose it. Don't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself. Choose your space. Choose your song and sing it no matter what distortion is going on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody travel light. You don't need all that luggage because a lot of it is not yours.
Thank you, Dr. B. I'm going to call you tomorrow, my brother.
All right.
Shout out to Song Brown. She just got a ticket. Listen, family, tickets are going to go fast. Like I said, this is a very small venue, an intimate venue. What's in our pockets, dog? Big Face Hunteds. Y'all know Big Face Hunteds, gang. Y'all know how we do. Prosperity gang. We are filled with that infinite intelligence. We can never be broke. We can never be desolate. We can never be sad. Well, y'all know what I'm trying to say. We can be those things, but our soul is never those things. Our ego, we may feel it in our body because we are immersed in our body, but our soul doesn't feel that right there, man. Our soul is eternal sunshine. So shout out to the soul that exists within all of us. It's a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful experience. Family, August 2nd, if you can make it, please make it. This is going to be absolutely magnificent. From the jogging to the obelisk to the workshop to the after party, August 2nd is going to be one for the books. And August 2nd, 2027 is when the solar eclipse is going down. I didn't even know August 2nd, 2027 it was going down, but I guess that day is just a day. Yo, hey, Rue, I see. Yo, hey, Rue, you coming through? Hey, Rue, you going to be in NYC? What's up, man? Hey, Rue, I seen you, you commented earlier. I got to tell Dr. B, about your podcast. I don't know if I told him before. I think I might have. We was on the show. I think I might have. So I'm gonna remind him. I'm gonna remind him, hey Rue, about your podcast, my brother. Hey Rue's a big supporter of the channel. He support the events, and I gotta make sure the brother got a podcast. I gotta make sure I support that brother as well. Shout out to everybody else. I know New Diamonds. Shout out to New Diamonds in the chat. She has videos on YouTube. I gotta check some of her stuff out. So shout out to her and shout out to everybody else who's in the chat who has their own YouTube thing going on. Because a lot of y'all show support in the chat, but y'all got your own YouTube thing going on. So shout out to all of y'all who's in the chat supporting, but y'all doing your own YouTube thing. I'm gonna make sure I tell the people about what y'all got going on. All right. With that being said, Brother Rich is getting out of here. Like I said, I'm taking tomorrow off. We'll be back Thursday night with Yaki Awaken. It's going to be one of the greatest shows of the year. It's going to be an instant classic. Do not miss it, family. Getting out of here. Thank you so much. I will see a lot of y'all August 2nd. It's going to be a movie. All right, family? Right brain activity strictly. All right? Peace, family. Have a good night.